This podcast is recorded on Ngunnawal country. We recognise the Ngunnawal people as the original and rightful custodians of the land and extend our respect to elders past and present. We acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded.
Welcome to the Wreck Me podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm AJ. Each week we recommend each other an album based on a theme, and then we see if it's going to go into the rotation.
The theme we've gone for this week is a pump you up album, something to get you up and moving, a bit excited, just get the juices flowing after we had a bit of a shorter episode last week. First up this week, we've got the album that I chose for AJ, which is Only Death Is Real by Stray from the Path. I've gone with this because, one, I love Stray from the Path. I think all of their music, any album that they've put out could fit into this theme realistically. But this one in particular is just a favorite of mine. It is just hard and fast the whole way through. Not only sonically, but lyrically as well. It's got lyrics that'll make you just sort of get up and about and angry as well. On the heavier sort of hardcore side, that I'm keen to see how you sort of take that, because there is kind of fast with no breaks here. Everything heavier that I've given you so far has been a bit of bit of melody, bit of heavy vocals, whereas this is just like straight up hardcore or post-hardcore if we want to be specific, but here we are.
Well, actually, when I looked them up, it said they were hardcore punk.
Whatever. It's in that realm.
Slash metalcore.
Yeah. Slash metalcore is crazy.
That's what it said. Please don't eat me. Track number 1, the opening move. Immediate nu metal vibes. Immediate Limp Bizkit.
That's interesting.
Well, and then I was like, it's like Limp Bizkit on steroids, right? It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't sound like Limp. It's not like, like it's not that fucking Fred Durst vocals. Yeah. It's more in the way that it sort of, I don't know, like the way it feels when I move to it.
Yeah.
I would have thought that was a really obvious comparison, but I guess not.
No, maybe before everything sort of kicks in, I could see that it's like that sort of like slower drum pattern. But then, once they rip everything up and they're open, it's just like, for me, I think a lot more aggressive.
Oh, it's so much more. Yeah. It's definitely in the hardcore. I catch the hardcore vibes straight away, and I'm really, I'm into it. Tonally, it's very dissonant. Do you know what I mean by that?
No. Dissonance
is where there's a sound and it clashes with itself. I'm thinking of a chord thing, and it's very it's those screechy they're out of key, out of tune almost. They're not, but it gives that, it makes it's uncomfortable, but it's uncomfortable in an important way. It's sit up and listen to this sort of thing.
You're right.
Grab your attention, uncomfortable. Which is another staple of nu metal. I think especially System of a Down. A lot of their early stuff. There's a lot of dissonance, a lot of chords that you wouldn't expect, tunings that you wouldn't expect.
Sure.
It's only dissonant because we're used to the 4 chords, 4/4, Beatles kind of.
Because when you say dissonance, my brain immediately goes to cognitive dissonance, and I'm like, for me, the lyrics match the instrumentals here, so I thought I was...
No. The music itself, the instrumentals are playing on dissonance, and I really like that when bands do that. He's almost rapping.
Yeah.
He's so close to rapping, and I like that it's not all the way there. I like that it sits in a little bit of a middle ground.
That's very... When you look at a band that is defined in the hardcore specific genre, that's hardcore vocals. You won't have them singing. You won't have them screaming. It will be a fast talk rap with an aggressive tone. That's what hardcore is.
And then I wrote, maybe it comes later, because I'm he feels like he wants to rap. I feel like he wants to let loose and have a little rap. So that probably comes later. Then we jump into Loudest in the Room. I wrote, some political undertones here.
Undertones.
Sarcastically. Getting a little bit political. I sense a bit of politics. And then I was like drawn right in because I was like, okay, this is a punk band. As soon as you start like an agenda, like not that it's really an agenda, it's pretty, but it's like the syncopated beat in the intro is really good. This is another big word for you, Jake.
It's also an album that, like, I'm not super familiar with track by track, and I kind of have to I know every song, but I kind of have to put myself back in to it to know exactly what part you're talking about. And
syncopated just means that they're not playing on the ones and threes; they're playing like offbeat slightly. So when you're counting it to the metronome, it's shifted slightly, and I just really like a shuffled beat. So
their drummer is incredible. Yeah, is renowned as being the fucking...
the most... Because I did a little dive and I looked at their Wikipedia. Is he the most consistent member they've had?
I think so.
Yeah. Because he does vocals. He ends up doing vocals at some point.
This may be...
Throughout their career.
I don't know how deep you looked into them.
Yeah.
They're not around anymore.
No.
Unfortunately. But he has a fantastic podcast called The Downbeat. Okay. Where he just has a bunch of different artists from like every space on, and it's
hell yeah,
it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's definitely right up my alley. There's more dissonance in this, and it doesn't resolve to something satisfying. It doesn't resolve, like when I talk about a resolve, I mean like where like the chord progression, you know where it's going to go, and you expect it to go back to the one, and it like leaves me hanging, and I like that. At this point, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it's like I'm not really picking up on anything that stand out here. And then Good Night, All Right. You just got knocked the fuck out. Fuck Nazi punks. Oh man, this really made me think. I was like, I love the aggressively. We don't stand for hate. We don't stand for racism. And if you're here and that's what you do, taste my boot kind of. Like, I love that really like overt.
Yeah.
This is not your kind of music. Get the fuck out of here. And I was like, I don't know that I listen to a lot of like really super political bands and stuff. When I got to the end, I wrote down all the bands that I could think of, and I'm like, oh no, I do. But it's just, I've never listened to a band that is literally
so
fuck off
overtly. Yeah, we've now arrived at, this is what I was going to get into. Like, I immediately knew I was doing Stray for this. Every album of theirs is fuck off Nazi punks.
Yeah.
It's fuck you, fuck this.
Yeah.
And it was a task for me to try and find which one, because they're all so good and there are so many good messages on all of them. But I just thought, you'll hear that song and you'll fucking love it. I had the great pleasure to see them twice. Being in a hardcore mosh pit when that song goes off.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm too old for that shit now.
Yeah.
But
people
back in the day, there is
looking for Nazis.
a video of Unify, like 2018, which was their heavy music festival. I don't know how much you know about it. It was in like the south of Victoria. It's like a 10 hours drive from here.
Right.
A 3-day camping festival. I'm going to gush over Unify now. Some farmer like gave permission for them to just like have it in his paddock, and they would get like crazy international acts there, like a 3-day heavy festival.
Wow.
Incredible. But there is a video on my phone somewhere that was on someone's story that has me and a bunch of mates in the mosh pit for that song, and it is just like the most feral video. It's so good.
I'm sad that I've missed their entire career, because I was like, ooh, like I want,
Yeah, I want them back. They had their final ever Australian show a year or two ago, and I didn't go because it was 30th on the same night, and I was like, man, I can't miss that. And I was like,
can't leave that in. She'll feel so guilty if she sees that. Man,
I made a choice, and I was like, look, I've seen them twice, but yeah, I would love them to come back.
Yeah, there's like a bass riff that opens up the song, and then it's like, you just got knocked the fuck out. And I was like, oh, I'm really into this. This is the sort of stuff that I've been looking for, is like that really angry, let's do something about the fucked up world kind of
And
punk.
this is where I messaged you and was hoping that you hadn't listened to it yet. And I was like, hey, I'm sitting down doing a full attention listen because like I know this album because I know that that's what you'll do. And I just want to have that same experience so that I can sort of bounce off what you have noticed or haven't noticed or whatever. And I'm reading the lyrics on Spotify and I was like, they're not saying any of this. Like in the second song, the hard like line before the breakdown is pledge no allegiance. And then the Spotify says, there's no allegiance. And it's like, that's not even fucking...
Yeah,
I mean, it's close. It's not, but it's like...
That's not... It doesn't hit the
and
same.
it gets so much worse the more the album goes on, just how lyrically incorrect it is on there.
And I'm glad you said that because I noticed it.
And it just, again, would kill the message of the majority of the songs in here. They're just saying fucking nonsense instead of like... what is meant to be being said.
Track number 4, Let's Make a Deal. Yeah, right. This is the kind of punk that I've been looking for but haven't quite found. And it's almost always, I like the message, but I don't like your music.
Yeah.
Like, you're right, but I can't get on board with, the music that you're making. It's like either like too inaccessible, it's like just noise, or it's like not heavy enough for the subject matter.
Yeah.
And then there's the flip side, which is like, I really like this, and I can tell that they're itching to say something, but they don't want to put, their foot over the line or whatever. And there's like always this balance that's trying to be struck. And I feel like these guys have the perfect combo.
Straight from the path. If you were to visualize what their music is, it's a dude in the street with a megaphone screaming.
I'm like super getting into it at this point. Track number 5, They Always Take the Guru. I didn't have much to say on this, and I think like this song feels really personal. It feels like we're in the anger stage of grief. We've lost someone, maybe a mentor. I mean, guru is the word that I would use. You got a story?
So
tell me.
If you move your head 180 degrees, this Architects poster, their guitarist, Tom Searle, passed from cancer 8-ish years ago. It's about him. And there are some incredible references to their works in here, which you would obviously not have picked up on.
That would straight over my head because,
specifically to a very big song of theirs, Gone with the Wind, which is one of the last songs that Tom was on, and it was written about his cancer and what was going on. On the way over here today, I was listening to this album, just get me pumped up, get ready to go, and Always Take the Guru came on, and goosebumps. Like I hear those references, and it's just like, I can understand the feeling of missing something here because you didn't have a clue what it was about, but it's just like, someone who was so influential in the scene at that time.
When I was doing my research, I saw Tom Searle's name come up, but I didn't have any context to who Tom Searle was. So like, obviously they worked very closely together, and there was a lot of like, and it goes back to what I was saying last week about the, it being a very tight circle, not just in this, like I was talking about Australian hardcore last week, but this is a loving, supportive community of people, and there's so much like care and detail in it, and it feeds itself. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of that overlap, people being mentored by, friends with, working with other hardcore artists.
Yeah.
And that's why it just feels so...
Yeah, it's just in the heavy space, everyone knows everyone because they all play the same shows, all the same festivals and everything. You just don't get that in... Like, everyone who knows who everyone is in the pop space, but they're also big that they don't need other people to be successful. They're just in their own bubble, and they kind of... Whereas, like features, for one, are so important here. It's like, you'll get, like, I don't know, Pitbull featured on a bunch of shit, or like there will be every now and then like a really iconic sort of collab that comes through, but
so that's the exception, not the norm.
And there's just so much even deeper than that, just in terms of like production and writing albums. You have like there's so much collaboration between people that is not the norm in any other space. Because it's like, why the fuck would I give you my stuff? Because you're going to go up where
it's
it's just
very
like...
individualistic.
It's like, hey, we're all out here in this weird space that no one fucking wants anything to do with.
Yeah.
We've got to do our best to bring that to everyone.
Like support each other.
Because, yeah, if no one's doing this well, none of us are eating.
It's a good song. I did not have any connection to it. Like, I felt it wasn't my place to write anything about it. I'm like, this feels way too personal for me to have any kind of opinion on it, let alone, you know, but it's a very nice homage. Like, it's a very meaning, like, I got the meaning out of it. Then we move on to track 6, Plead the Fifth. This is very Rage Against the Machine core.
I see that.
Yep. It's a really great song. And I realize now, like, towards the end, like, more than one people do vocals on this album. Am I right in thinking that?
You are. There are a couple features.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Outside of the features, though, are there two people who are
I would say
vocalists?
No, but I couldn't confidently say that. But I know that when I have seen them, it's been Drew the whole time. But on record, maybe someone else is in there doing stuff. But every time I've seen him, it's just been Drew doing the vocals.
Okay, because I feel like he's like actively doing an homage to Rage Against the Machine. Like, it's the way that he's speaking and the cadence of it, along with the music. Just really, I was like, this is very Rage Against the Machine. Like, and then, and it's nice. It's really good. I really liked the intro going into the main riff at the start. Then, number 7, Strange Fiction. I did the thing that I should have done in the first song, which is like, is there a different vocalist here?
This one is
and it's a feature, right? So we've got Keith Buckley is from Many Eyes.
Like, I saw the band, I didn't recognise them, so it's not.
But what stood out to me about it is, interestingly, he's in a super group with 2 of the guys from Fall Out Boy.
Oh.
Scott Ian from Anthrax and Dan Andiaro from Alkaline Trio.
What's the group called? They got a name, or is it just like... They have to, surely.
Oh, fuck, I did write it down. It's like Them Bastards or something like that. The Damned Things.
Yeah, right.
They're only a supergroup 2009 to 2012.
Okay, so it explains why I may have missed that, but I'm surprised it hasn't come up.
Yeah. But as soon as I saw that there was a feature vocalist, I went back to check if Zach De La Rocca was on that track, because it sounds like him in some parts.
Okay.
But it wasn't. And I was like, oh, that's a really nice homage to him. Anyway, yeah, I think I got very caught up I was very much in the Google. What's going on? Who are these people? How are they interacting? And it's like exactly like what you were talking about. There's so much overlap and people in that. I think the next couple of tracks also have feature artists on them. But yeah, those different vocals really stood out to me. Then we've got All Day and a Night.
Yep.
Is a really good pacing, this song. Once again, another guest vocalist. And this is Brian Garris from Knocked Loose.
Who I assume you probably have actually heard of. I thought you would have at least heard of them. Damn, that's crazy.
No, I haven't.
I have plans. Don't you worry, I've got plans.
Well, this is the thing. I'm getting a little teaser taste of like what else is happening in the world. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he seems like Brian Garris feels like he's a real veteran of hardcore. Like, these guys are the OGs.
They've been around for a while. Stray have probably been around longer than Knocked Loose.
Right.
But
they're the ones doing it.
They're still doing it, and they're fucking killing it at the moment.
Yeah. Because I really, like... I don't want to sound like I don't think, but like, this really felt more like a hardcore song to me, and I think it was due to Garris's vocals on it. Like, it just pulled it back into the hardcore space. The album starts off very hardcore, and then it was sort of like, now we're drifting into like Rage Against the Machine, and I think this really pulled back that hardcore. I was like, really yanked it back into the hardcore.
Bit of heft to it.
Yeah.
His voice is understandably very divisive. It's very shrill and high-pitched. I fuck with it. There are people who don't, and I completely understand that, because it is so different to what you're used to in this space, where everyone has sort of like a low growly voice, but he's just like, and yeah, don't you worry. I haven't quite reverse engineered my way into a theme here, but there's an album that's locked in the back of my head.
Yeah, maybe we do a wild card, just like throw something
Free choice.
out there. Yeah. Track number 9, The House Always Wins. The last guest vocalist in Vinnie Paz from Jedi Mind Trick. I'd never heard of them before.
Me neither.
But it's from what I read, it's like all like underground hip hop, which is really cool. It's like all very grassroots,
Yeah.
no help, do it all yourself. That's very impressive to me. I really like songs that clip samples from the news or from movies, or like I like.
There's a big theme of this album. I don't know if
I remember listening to Anti-Flag, and this was my they're so angry and funny, and hearing the clips of George Bush. But even that, like when I got into Anti-Flag, that era had passed, right?
Yeah.
It's somewhat confronting, actually, but it's really different to hear it about
a time
what is happening right now.
And this was term 1.
Yeah.
By the way,
This is 2017. Yeah. Yeah, it's just wild that it's relevant to me now, and I'm listening to it now. And like it was years ago, it was nearly 10 years ago, but
it's come back around.
it's still relevant, and that's the horrifying part.
I love the album. I love Straight from the Path. This is like just the message of this song that's both options suck.
Yeah.
At its core is incredible.
Yeah. And I saw some of the stuff about their stance on like voting and what they've said around each election period, and it's like you can really see the anger and the like hopelessness of what it must be like to be there while this is all happening when you give a shit. Like for most people who they're just like your parents and their parents, and you just vote based on that. It's just part of your life. But it's really encouraging to see, and I see it a lot on my socials as well, as more and more people being like, oh, maybe politics does affect me, and maybe it's okay to start caring about people other than myself, and just because it doesn't directly impact me doesn't mean that it's fine. And just having a stance on something and being like, no, I'm actually not okay with just shit happening around me. So yeah, finally here's the rap that I in track, like at the very start, track 1, when I was like, maybe the rap will come. There's a little bit, I get a little, Vinnie Paz gives a little bit of a rap.
This is quite divisive. I am in the agreement that it kind of feels out of place here.
Yeah.
Like his pace, and I guess the instrumentals of the song didn't quite match that pace. Like they're still going hard, and he's doing his like slow, purposeful rap, which lyrically makes sense and like tonally makes sense. But I just think they were a bit busy in the background while that was happening. And there was probably a reason for that.
It's that dissonance again.
Yeah.
This time it's tonal, like it's in the tone of the song.
And it wasn't just me. There are a lot of people that I've noticed that were like, that was
it's a bit
weird.
It's an interesting choice. It didn't feel like that to me because I am thinking in it in terms of throughout the album there's been so much dissonance.
Yeah.
And there's so much juxtaposition of things that is like intended to make you feel uncomfortable, that when it got to that, I was just like, it's just par for the course, right? It's just more of that. Like it definitely stood out that it was a different choice, but it felt intentional and it felt right to me listening to it for the first time.
Yeah. Again, it was very divisive. There were people in both camps.
It's crazy. I didn't even write anything about it. Just I was like, there's some rap that I wanted. There's a perfect drum fill at the end of the song, in the last 30 seconds of the song, right before I love a nice drum fill. Track number 10, Only Death Is Real. This is the title track, obviously. Once again, more Rage Against the Machine vibes. The shuffle beat, like the syncopated beat, is so nice. the gut punch at the end where they transitions out into the chain gang chant. The music's gone and it's just people like chanting, and that makes you think of like images of like slavery and all of that. I was like, oh, that's a crazy way to end the album. Like really, really impactful.
It's a funny coincidence as well that a couple of weeks ago we had Poppy, and the final track and also the title track on that album is Empty Hands, and the same thing here with Only Death Is Real, and the song is the same message, which is like, fuck your possessions, they don't matter at the end of the day. It's just like, hers is, you're going to the grave with empty hands, like you can't take anything with you. This is Only Death Is Real, your possessions aren't real. And I just thought, going back through it, that was such a funny coincidence that has lined up.
Yeah. My overall thoughts, it's really sad that they've split.
Yeah.
Because as I was listening through it, I wanted to experience it live. Like this, and it's not often that I think my first thought is I want to go and see this band live when I listen to something for the first or second time. And it did pump me up.
They were so fucking good.
Like, don't say that. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm sad.
Hey, you've got like a whole discography you got to get through.
I know, but it's never gonna be enough, right? And that's also like disheartening because I'm like, I'm never gonna get to see any of this live. I woke up at 7:30 this morning purely just to listen to this again, to have a second go through, because I was like, this is so... It pumped me up. I was pumped. I wanted to listen to it.
And again, all of their music is like that, and I struggle to land on an album, but I was just like, I know that the second you hear Goodnight Alt-Right, it's just going to click.
Well, and it did. My standout songs, Goodnight Alt-Right, The House Always Wins, and my favourite song ended up being Loudest in the Room.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that it's the energy that it gives. When I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, yeah, this is the song that I kept coming back to.
The breakdown at the end is so sick.
Yeah.
Like they just keep it high energy all the time, and then at the end you've got like a couple of like pinchy thrown in.
This is going in my rotation.
Hell yeah.
It's going straight to the top of the rotation. And also it's I got to go and listen to everything else and just wear it out, because this is something that I've been searching for a long time.
Hell yeah.
So you really nailed it. All right. Well, my pick for you this week is the debut album from Death from Above 1979.
I didn't see that it was the debut. Interesting.
Yeah. So they had one EP before this.
Yeah.
And they released a bunch of singles.
I did see that it was like 2002 to 6. You'd fall right in the middle of the two there. Yeah. I was like, I knew it was in that day range.
Because they actually formed because of 9/11. Inadvertently.
Holy shit, dude, did you see that? We should start a band.
No. Oh, I should mention the name of the album. The album is You're a Woman, I'm a Machine, Death from Above, 1979. So the story is that Keeler, who is the bass player, his band at the time, I can't remember what they were called, but they were meant to be on tour, and it got cancelled because of the September 11 attacks. And so he was just twiddling his thumbs, and he invited Granger, who's the drummer, to come and jam at his place, because he had all this bass equipment that he was just like, I want to jam. And then that day, they were like, we should make a band. That would be pretty cool if we made a band. So, yeah. And then, they broke up 2006, and then they got back together, and then so the what you were talking about last week with the Crystal Ball, that album was their comeback album.
Okay, interesting.
2014, I think, so they were apart for a little while, and they're still, to this day, I think, doing stuff since then. I picked this as my pump you up because this is what I go to when I'm like something easy that's going to lift my spirits.
Okay.
It's fast and it's really raw. Like it's crunchy and punchy. And it just amazes me what they're able to do with what they're working with. So I'm keen to hear what you thought.
straight off the bat, the first thing that I've written down is for song 1, Turn It Out, is fuck yeah, garage punk intro. Because I didn't know, like I'd heard Crystal Ball and now I can see that I probably should have expected that, but that is a lot less garagey than this is.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoa. Like,
there's nothing like this album in the rest of their discography. Everything from then on gets much more polished and they introduce way more elements and it's still good, but this is like them at their
it's like
garage
bare
rawest.
bones garage. Yeah. And I heard that and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that at all. And yeah, I'm really keen for like what's going to happen because I hear that sound. It's just like so industrial and it's not common anymore.
No.
One thing straight away that I thought was so interesting was the guitar is the main component of the music. There are drums, but there are barely fucking drums. Like there is no oomph or anything. It's almost like someone's just tapping like a metronome, like tapping their finger. It's just like the guitar is keeping time. Like it's the main thing here, which is something that I don't think I've ever experienced before this. So it was very, very obvious. I was surprised how the end, like how blatant the cutoff of the song was, and then it sort of started a new song, which I thought was going to bleed into the next song, but didn't. And this ends up happening a lot throughout this, but it was weird. I was confused. I was like, oh, song's over. This might bleed into the next one. And it was just like a 10 or 15 snippet of just for nothing. And I was like, okay. And then, into Romantic Rights, which I thought it was going to transition into. It didn't. Cool synths have been thrown into the background now. Very warpy and even the best word that I can describe it is alien. Yeah. It's just like laser gun kind of noises. And I'm like, cool. Instrumentally here, I could say it's grating, but it's not grating to me. It's just like something that's so sort of like high pitched and like almost like whirry and whiny. I'm hearing it and my first thought is kind of, there are people that would fucking hate this, but it's not happening to me. It's just like genuinely I could see how like this could just be like make you be like, oh, it's just like almost like a dog whistle kind of thing.
Yeah, nails on a chalkboard. Like some people, it's just they wouldn't stand.
And I don't know why that thought occurred to me because it isn't something that happened to me. Like I was hearing it and I was just like, oh, this is like it just could be very off-putting, but it's not, which I think is really interesting.
I'm glad.
I don't know why.
I was a little bit worried that it might be like too stripped back nothing.
It's just strange, and it was just something that I noticed. Any song or music that I can skate to, not that I do that anymore because I'm too fucking old, is good. And it's like that is just like a classic skate soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like, throw that on and you're sweet. So I appreciate that. Going Steady, track number 3. This is where I started to get a bit of an understanding of what's happening because I thought, track by track there might be some differences, but there are a lot of things that are consistent throughout here. And it was at this point I was thinking through the first 2 songs again how heavy the guitar was in terms of like it being the focal point. This starts and I was like, I wouldn't mind, because again the only experience I have with them is Crystal Ball. I was like, I could use I'd like the vocals to be a bit more punchy. And then the exact fucking opposite happens here, and the guitar almost sings the lyrics in this song.
Yeah.
And it was so funny that as I thought, I was like, man, I really just like a bit more emphasis on the lyrics and a little less on the guitar. They put emphasis on the lyrics, but with the guitar. And I was like, that's so funny that this has happened at this exact time.
Always suffer.
And it's like...
it's so...
It's singing. It's not accompanying it. It's like the guitar is singing the lyrics.
Yeah. It's backing vocals.
Which was so funny.
This is what I mean by like, they use... Because it's literally, for most of it, apart from the synths and a few other little extra percussion stuff, it's bass guitar and drums.
Yeah.
That is the only things that's happening. And they make it feel so full despite having very little to work with.
And this is where I also thought the juxtaposition was very funny between what I'd given you and you'd given me, in terms of they're both upbeat, but mine, like Straight from the Path, is upbeat because they're fucking nailing you with the drums the whole time, and the vocals, they're just like, and this, again, they're barely there. It's almost like they're an echo in the background, and the guitar is like the star of this, but it's still upbeat without having, for me, the most important part of anything being upbeat, the drums.
Yeah.
And I was just so funny how different they are, but they're both serving the same purpose of being an upbeat track or album, which was, crazy.
I don't know if you can, like, did you do much research? Did you look into them that much?
No,
After that fact?
I did a little bit of dive, see if I recognized anything else.
Yeah.
Dated things, but not much outside of that.
So the drummer is the vocalist, and that's probably why it feels much more stripped back, because he's singing while drumming. So it's always quite a simple, straightforward beat. And
it's not even the complication of it. It's literally the mix.
The mix.
The volume.
Oh, right.
In like, there's
that it feels pushed.
The bass
back.
feels like it's like just toned down to the point where it's not even there. Like
there's only bass. The guitar that you're hearing.
But like the bass of the drums.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, you're right. That makes sense. I get you.
It's not like a thud. It's like a tap.
Yeah.
That's
never occurred to me.
And maybe again, because the music I listen to is so reliant on that, and the drums are a big part of anything being heavy.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was like, maybe it's these headphones. Maybe I've got the mix weird on it. But I played Stray like straight afterwards, and it was there, and it was punchy. I was just like, it's very subtle.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
it's like when it's very much the opposite of the norm, where the guitar is keeping the beat and doing everything, and the drums are just kind of accentuating that. Track 4, Go Home, Get Down. This goes by so quickly that I almost feel like I missed it. It's like there are fast songs that feel complete, but this just like, both times I listened to it, it was just like, before it had even started, it felt like it finished. And I don't know, because it was like just over a minute.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was just like nothing happened yet. Like I thought this was gonna, I don't know. I just felt like I missed it. Yeah, I didn't really. That was all. Like I could nothing else. Like, and I was just like, there's. Like, even when I knew it was going to happen, it just still felt like. You don't have time
to like, all right, get ready and write my thoughts, because by the time you form a thought, the song's finished.
It was done, and I was like, oh, okay. Like especially for this song, Into Blood in Our Hands, there was no kind of blend. It was very much just cut, start again.
Yeah.
And it would have made more sense for me, I think, for such a short track to sort of ramp into something. But because it was there on its own, it sort of just felt like it was, no, what the fuck, just what happened to me? But track 5, Blood in Our Hands, we're halfway through, and I feel like we're killing the theme because it hasn't slowed down. At no point has there been a dip. It's just been not up. It's like, just on a level the whole way. And I'm like, cool, we've both gone for, because that was my biggest thing. I was
hard
like,
and fast and
I was like,
relentless.
I've got heavy, hard albums, but there is like a slowdown here and there. And thought that you may have had the same issue where there was always going to be like another one or two, but no, it's just gone. This again just goes back to the whole industrial garage punk sound. It's like, this was 2004, but it's such a timeless sound that it could have been now, it could have been the 80s, it could have been any time. And it's, again, just something that's not used. And I would say I don't know why. I know why, because it's not commercially friendly. Like no one has ever really done that and been overly commercially successful. The closest, weirdly, I can think of is Daft Punk in an electronic way. Like, they get a bit garagey with their...
Yeah.
But again, it's because it's dance music, it's so accessible and it's not purely like grungy and gritty. And I'm sure there are like hundreds of bands out there that do this, but it's, again, not something that we would have come across because it's not popular.
You just don't.
Yeah. So yeah, I just appreciated that just at its roots, just like garagey, industrial.
Yeah.
And then they do the weird thing again at the end of this song where they kind of trail off and it stops. And then there's a minute left of the song and it starts something else. And then it cuts off again before the next song. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what are we doing? Are you finished or not?
I think that was like an artistic choice.
Oh, for
I've
sure.
never really understood it, what it's trying to achieve.
No, maybe because it was like when it happened, I was like, it's cut off and it started the next song. I was like, well, why have you put this here and not just made the next song a minute longer? Oh, I know why you haven't, because this isn't the start of the next song. It's just something else.
Interlude, yeah.
And I'm just like, that makes sense because it is that experimental garagey punk thing, but it confuses me. Like, why are you doing this? Track 6 is Black History Month. Sonically, fine. Lyrically, I am fucking confused because there is one of the first lyrics. It's just like, I remember a time where this pool was something. And I'm like, okay, I'm expecting a song about like segregation and just social issues. And I don't think that that's what this is. I very intentionally didn't go and Google meanings for the song, because if it was about that, I would like to have had it hit me organically.
Yeah.
And I'm reading the lyrics and I'm like, with the title and then like how it starts, I am expecting this to maybe be something about that. And if it is, it didn't land with me organically, which I think is very important if you're trying to deliver a message.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm looking for it and I can't see it.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
Not particularly. It's never, like, maybe even embarrassingly, it's never stood out to me that the song is called Black History Month, and like that's a very
there's a
important...
lot of like it started a lot of verses. It sounds like they're going to say something, and then it just turns into a bunch of like noise and nonsense, and it's just like...
Yeah, no, I don't have any insights into that, but it's definitely, that's a good pickup because I don't want to do the whole like it was the early 2000s, like it's a product of its time, but it like kind of is a product of its time in that like you think about it being sort of tongue-in-cheek and edgy, and like maybe that's what they were going for, in that like they were like, let's name the song Black History Month so people think that it's like a deep political message, and then they get it just edged about like...
It's like, I don't need you to be saying something,
No.
but it's that if you are, I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Which I think was important.
Yeah.
Because the only reason it's because I just thought it was coming and then it didn't. Especially after, again, me hammering straight from the path. It's just like I'm expecting. This kind of continues for specifically Little Girl. This might be on me and I'm missing an underlying message here, but I had taken this song as literal as I possibly can. My brother has a baby. It's like,
and one day she will have a baby. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my brothers had babies last year. That's cool. That was me. It's like, I was excited about that.
Oh, and one day she'll save me.
And I was just like, oh yeah, cool. I could see being excited about that. And again, I didn't want to look into it because I'm like, this also sounds like weirdly sexual. So I didn't want to go and like look into it and have these like nice, like warm feelings about how like proud I was about this thing, and then have it be a song about him. I don't fucking even know what at this point.
My personal take on this song, I think it's on the soundtrack to Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
Interesting. I had the DS version, which had
Oh,
a different
That's
soundtrack,
right. Yeah.
which was American Skateland. I think it was actually called a different name for some reason. They called it Skateland instead of Wasteland.
So my first exposure to this album was my year 10 formal.
Interesting.
I very vividly remember wanting to, like, because you know how people, like, they go to their formal and they show up in, like, and their dad knows someone who has a really fancy old car, and they show up in a nice car and they get out and it's a big spectacle.
Not where I'm from, but I've seen.
Well, like, you know.
We didn't even have those, but anyway, we didn't have formals.
My year 10 formal, I really, like, I was, like, deep in my anti-establishment phase, and I desperately wanted to do the thing that people would least expect. And so me and...
You show up on a horse or something?
No. So me and my friend Kelsey, we didn't have, like, a date, and we were like, let's go together. And we, like, planned out that Kelsey's sister's boyfriend would drive us in his beat-up Lemon with P plates on, blasting something.
Yeah.
Right? And so when we floated this idea with him, he's like, I've got the perfect thing.
Which is unironically fucking cool. Way cooler than showing up in someone's hired, like... And it's always just like a Beamer or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, if I showed up in my Magna, I'd have had
or like a
great
limo.
time.
Look how fancy we are. Like that. I was like, I want to be the opposite. I want to be dropped off by people who are barely older than me. And just like roll out of the car. I had to like, it was one of those 2 doors. So I had to like, Kelsey's sister had to get out of the car.
Over the front seat.
And like, I'm very proud of myself for that moment of being like, this is authentically me to do this in a space where nobody else wants to be themselves. They want to
just look as flashy as they can.
Yeah. I just noticed
there's been a drastic lighting change in the last
yeah.
30 seconds. Like, that was crazy.
And
I didn't want to cut you
like
off.
Sun behind
But
it.
it happened like that.
Yeah. I think the sun went behind a cloud. Damn. Curse you, natural lighting. Yeah. Point being that this song, I've always taken it as a piss take of like the fact that we call women that we're attracted to baby. As like a, you know, she's my baby, like that kind of pop thing of like, isn't it weird that the people that we want to be with and then we refer to them as babies? Like, what's up with that? And so it's like mixing that, you know, you never know where it's going to go. Is he talking about a child? Is he talking about a woman? And like...
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I hope that's the case. Maybe that's my cope.
Yeah. Cold War, same kind of thing where it's just like a super short, punchy, done. More happened here, though, I feel. It was just like, its purpose was to be hard and fast. And whereas the other one, it was just fast and it was done. But this was just like aggressive and punchy and just sort of just like smashed through, but didn't overstay its welcome. Yeah. Which I appreciated more than whatever the other really short one. I can't remember the name of the track now.
Honestly, they blend together. Like, I have to try really hard to differentiate the songs because they all sound so similar and they all blend together.
And I struggle with that at the best of times, especially now where it's something that I've listened to literally twice.
Yeah.
It's like, Number 9 is the title track, which is...
I'm a woman, you're a machine.
I'm a woman, you're a machine.
You're a woman.
You're a woman, I'm a machine. Anyway.
The title track?
Yeah, the title track, which is literally what I wrote, because I was like, I'm not fucking writing that down. Like, it's the most captivating start of any of the songs, I think. I really like the groove that we get into, and I think it's because the drums are more prevalent on this song than anywhere else. This is where I was like, it's the most appropriate of the album to be the title track. Starts well, it stays high energy. I notice the drums more, I appreciate that a lot more. Like, if you were to use your title track as an advertisement, I think this is a good one. Until it does that fucking weird thing where it abruptly ends and then just trails off into some random shit again. I don't know. Maybe I just like my order and I like it to do what I think it's going to do. But something about it just irks me. Like, when it happened once, I was like, oh, that's weird. And then it just keeps doing it. And I'm like, why
Again?
are you fucking doing that to me? I don't get it.
Nah, that's the kind of shit I love. And like, the less I understand, the better sometimes.
Yeah. I'm just like, what are you doing to me? Why? We have a very funny end here. Track 10, Pull Out. I think I would really like this song if I couldn't understand English. So like upbeat and like what they're like,
Yeah.
the vocals are awesome, but I can understand what they're saying and therefore I fucking hate it.
Pull out, pull out.
And at some point there's an actual moan at some point in the song. Someone's just like, oh, and I'm like, fucking stop. It's not like
Oh, I miss that.
overly obvious, but it's an ad lib that is more
Right.
describable as a moan than anything else. And then it was so funny that I'd written that, and then Sexy Results, the final song, starts in French. Like, after I genuinely had no idea.
I wish I didn't understand
Understand
English.
English,
And you're
and
like,
then-
did I just forget how to understand English?
I was like, what the fuck? I like the bongos
Yep.
in there. I immediately am sorry that I said anything negative about the previous song, because I fucking hated this. It grossed me, like it was something about it just give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want no sex you. I don't remember the lyrics, but whatever they were, it was fucking like it was off.
Oh, man.
Pull Out, I'm sorry. I would literally rather listen to it 3 times than listen to this song once. And I could listen to Pull Out 3 times and Sexy Results still wouldn't be over because it goes for nearly 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about it, it like makes sense if it's a song taking the piss, which
I feel like
probably
most
does.
of these songs
like it's
are taking the piss
something,
out of something
that like, I don't want to say The Lonely Island, but there is
Yeah.
something in that realm that I'm thinking of. The song, I don't remember. I think it's like, I am too sexy for my shirt.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
now that I'm seeing it that kind of lens, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
When I was hearing it and I'm thinking that that is what they're saying and I mean it, and I'm like, you are fucking freaky and I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want to be listening to it. You know those videos that's just like in cringe compilations where someone has like sat someone down and they're like romantically singing to them?
yeah.
That's how I felt. I felt like that was happening to me and I didn't like it. And then you just sit there uncomfortably. And I felt like I was experiencing that in real time. And I've never put someone through the displeasure of that before because I can't sing and I can't play an instrument. So to have that turned back on me when I didn't feel like I deserved it was a lot.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Especially after nothing else had been like that
Yeah.
at all, the whole album. To finish on that.
You hold like openers and closers of albums so highly, like there's some standards there.
Yeah.
Like that's like just shitting on you.
But then I wasn't expecting that for this album, to be honest anyway.
Yeah.
Like to have the super strong open or closer, because it is just like the garagey sound where everything is kind of on the same level and tempo the whole way through.
Yeah.
Strike that from the record, am I good?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
keep
I
it a
mean,
10
and I
track
feel
album.
like treat it like a bonus track almost. B-side, like this isn't, it's nothing like the rest of the album. If you end on Pull Out, it's like a give it your all, like final hurrah.
The main thing that it did though was it made me appreciate Pull Out a lot more. Because like I enjoyed it, and if I hadn't been sitting there listening, reading the lyrics, I probably would have had a much better time. But yeah, now I can sort of just take back a bit of that.
Yeah.
Hate that I spilled about that.
It's really interesting because I've never sat down and read the lyrics to this album. I think I've just sort of always let them.
Don't.
Well, I got to now. I need to understand what you're talking about. But I know what you're talking about, but I cannot. I'm like, they don't seem that bad to me. But if I read them, I'd probably be.
Standouts were title track, You're a Woman, I'm a Machine, and Romantic Rights. Okay. Way back at the start of the album, but just that garagey sound, and immediately if you make me think about skateboarding, if your song goes with that, I'm there. For an album that we picked for like a pump up, high energy album, that's the kind of energy the last song isn't the kind of energy I want, but
Yeah, maybe if you haven't finished listening through yet, I don't know, people like listen song by song. Maybe skip that one.
yeah.
It's definitely an outlier.
Rotation wise, there's a place for it. It's not something that I would sit down and listen to,
Yeah.
but again, it's an easy background. It's not something I'd put on if I needed something to psych me up.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at the gym and I need to just be like, lock, because I like that heavy drum for me is so important. It might be a good like driving album, I think, is like something on the road. If we cut track 11.
Skip.
Other than that, yeah. Like so unexpected, just not, which is so weird because I have heard them before, but it's just...
Well, I think it would be really good exercise to go and listen to the album that Crystal Ball is on, because it is still very clearly Death from Above 1979, but way more polished. It's definitely commercialized. You would expect like Tony Hawk's to chuck a one or two like really like raw things in it, but they started to get a lot more of that like with FIFA, and they get a lot more commercially viable with their return.
They had a very similar artwork to, like it was like the faces of like the elephant trunks or something, which I thought
everything they've released up until a certain point, then they kind of drifted away from that. But they all have. I don't know if the album is Death Is Now, or maybe it's The Real World. It's got another song on there, Virgins, which is another standout song. Like I love that song.
I think looking at it, that might have been their number 1 or number 2, because that rings a bell on Spotify. So after we've pumped you all up this week, we've decided that we should do the opposite thing for next week's theme and go with an album that you can chill out and relax to.
Bring the vibes back down. My pick for Jake this week is...
Is it another one that's going to be a nightmare to say?
No. My chill out album this week is an album by the Mountain Goats called All Hail West Texas.
Interesting. The Mountain Goats. Thought I'd heard of them, but that is the team in Blue Mountain State. If you've ever seen that show, which you probably haven't, it's a really stupid college football show. They're the Mountain Goats. Cool. More new stuff for me that I've never heard of. For you, I have an album called Pushing Daylight by Benjamin Stewart.
Benjamin Stewart. Okay.
Which I'm assuming is going to be the same thing where you're like, I've never heard of that before. But after some research, things will change.
The light came back.
Yay.
Hey-oh. Just in time. All right. Thanks for watching. As always, check the playlist on Spotify. It'll be updated with our albums from this week as well as the ones for next week so that you can play along. I think,
I think that's about it.
Go and chill out.
Or get pumped up. Whatever works.
Do whatever you want. It's your life. Okay.
See ya.